Hey everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. In this one, I'm going to be laying out some of the high-level view of what I consider to be the absolute most powerful online business model that you can tap into. And a lot of people call it personal branding. A lot of people call it, a lot of things actually. There's a lot of different sort of names for this, but from my experience, it comes down to building an audience and bringing them value. So it's not about making people think you're cool, it's just about building an audience and bringing them value over and over again and over-delivering that amount of value. And to me, this is the most powerful business on the planet. Just yesterday, I made $1,200 straight profit into my bank account, almost on autopilot from this business model, and I want to help other people do the exact same thing. I'm only 18 years old, and that's the kind of money that I'm making because I have this system set up. This is one of a few income streams that I'm trying to really get cranking. And so I want to help you establish the exact same thing, and I want to sort of teach you a high-level view of how this works. Before I get into my computer, I do want to offer one-on-one coaching on this topic. There's a link in the description that'll take you to a scheduling page where you can actually pay for a slot on my calendar, and we'll just get on the phone. If you run a YouTube channel, if you run a blog, if you run a Facebook group, whatever, where you're gathering people to bring them value on a specific topic, this is one of the areas of expertise that I sort of delve within. So I want to help you build that out and build a machine around it as well. So hopping into my computer here, sorry, it wasn't recording. I don't know why it wasn't, but I couldn't figure that out, so I had to go ahead and change something there. But anyway, hopping into my computer here. So essentially, this is sort of the foundation behind a lot of the biggest online businesses that I've ever seen built. It's essentially like if you strip apart almost every single element that is behind running a business that is fueled by the internet, this is it. And this is almost the core foundational stuff that you need to understand and know in order to start building something huge. And so, I've grown up in a household where my father's actually an internet marketer as well. And so, we run a Facebook group called My Silent Team. It's got 40,000 people within it. And our goal is to actually bring them value on the topic of Amazon. And so we sell an Amazon course as well as coaching, and we have an event coming up. We're going to have almost 600 people at this event. Actually, 600 people plus because it's sold out. So 600 people are going to be at this event, and it's a yearly thing. And I have my own little speaking session there. And so essentially, the large key points that I sort of want to hit in this video, I've actually written them down. And the first one is maintaining and growing a loyal audience online is the absolute greatest investment you'll ever make. And so, from my perspective, if you are running any sort of a business and you already have income coming in and you already have revenue coming in, then the next step is to either begin growing your online audience or tap into somebody else's. Because to have that resource is absolutely insane. Because literally it's like, imagine almost a red hat salesman. I'm developing actually a program on this topic, so let's imagine a red hat salesman, right? Let's say he goes around and he's trying to sell red hats, one at a time. Maybe this is before the internet, maybe it's before good transportation, it's before the internet. So he's walking around town trying to sell red hats one at a time, right? And he's having a lot of issue selling these hats because, he has to go door to door and actually sell one at a time per person. He's making probably $2 a piece, right? Or something. And the source of this product, has tons of inventory, so he could sell really as many as he wants, but he's sort of bottlenecked at his own ability to speak with people one-on-one. And so what he discovers is actually he talks to a buddy of his who teaches him to fill a Coliseum, let's say, if that's how you spell that, Coliseum. I don't know how to freaking spell Coliseum, with as many people as he pleases within a few days. And so obviously the next step is, okay, well, we can fill a Coliseum with as many people as we want to within a few days, but how do we get that monetizable? Because this is obviously a very easy thing to do. We can fill a Coliseum, we understand the process of filling that Coliseum, we understand the process of getting people in the door of that Coliseum, but I want red hat people coming into Coliseum because I'm selling red hats. And so what do? Well, you figure out what red hat people like. What types of people typically wear red hats, right? Figure out what they like. And so they decided, instead of just filling the Coliseum with whoever, they decided to host shows that are designed to appeal to the types of people that love red hats. And as they did this, obviously, they began to, at the end of these shows, sell these red hats. And he stopped going door to door, and he stopped having to do one-on-one sales so much, because now he has an infinite resource of people who love red hats to work with him. And I hope that makes sense. That's literally what we're doing with the internet, is we're filling our sort of proverbial Coliseum with whoever we want and selling them whatever we want. Now, of course, the process takes longer than a couple of days. The process takes a couple of months, maybe a couple of years for some people. But once you have that asset grown, you can sell whatever you want as long as it appeals to their interests, right? And so let's say our red hat salesman didn't start off as a red hat salesman. Let's just say he started off as a general salesman. Maybe he was a contract salesman to sell whatever he wanted, right? And so a buddy of his teaches him how to fill the Coliseum with people who love red hats specifically for some random reason, right? And he's like, well, what does this have to do with anything? Why would I care if I can fill a Coliseum with people who love red hats specifically, right? Well, reality is, if you can fill a Coliseum with people who love red hats, would you not, if you were smart, become a red hat salesman? Answer, yes, you would become a red hat salesman, because then you have an infinite resource of people to sell red hats to, right? And so that destroys another common misconception about growing an online audience, and that's that you have to know exactly what your audience is going to want and that you have to predict it. You can't predict it. You have to ask them what they want and then provide it, right? And so I know that this is something that my YouTube channel wants because I ran a poll. I asked people one-on-one. I said, if I were to start talking about this, is this something you guys would like to learn about? A lot of people said yes. So me personally, this is my greatest source of income. I don't consider it personal branding because I don't think it relies on me. I think it just relies on you guys getting value from this channel source. If it were me or somebody else, it wouldn't matter. It would just be value, right? So the personal brand thing, I say screw that. That's not even on my radar. It's not a personal brand. It's an audience. You guys are an audience that I am bringing value to, and you can do the same thing, right? You can bring them value and sell them things. And so last point of this video, actually, that I wanted to make is that a good audience compounds. So what I mean by this, if you know the compound effect, maybe you've read the book by Darren Hardy, or you just understand compounding interest maybe, right? Essentially what I'm trying to say here is that a good audience isn't grown overnight, right? So a good audience isn't grown overnight. A good audience is built on trust. A good audience relies on you for value. And lastly, a good audience trusts your opinion over others. And so what a lot of people think they can do in the space of maybe YouTube or maybe just online sort of marketing is they think that they can like run these mass campaigns. And you can do that. You maybe giveaways with other large YouTubers, right? Maybe you give away an iPhone or something, you know, and then you attract people to your YouTube page because they subscribe to you because they want an iPhone. There's an issue with that, and that's that they're coming to you for an iPhone. They're not coming to you for your value, right? Does that make sense? You can't monetize them because at the end of the day, what you want to do is monetize the knowledge that's in your head to your audience. The knowledge that's in your head or a product that fits them. And so if you were selling a product that fits iPhones, maybe an iPhone giveaway would make sense. But otherwise, if you're trying to build an audience like what I'm building here, where I sell a program, where I sell coaching, where I sell all kinds of different consulting services, then a giveaway isn't going to fit because I have to grow this audience slowly over time. And so that's the end of the video, you guys. I don't want to give away too much on my thought process as to how this functions because I am developing a program for this, and if you want to check out sort of more details on that, there's going to be a link in the description just to sort of help you understand what's going to be within that program and how it's going to be structured. I'm going to be partnering with other YouTubers to help push this thing because I feel like this is really the core of I hate personal branding. It's just such a bad term because it makes it about you, but it's not about you. I want to call it audience value growth or something like that, you know, like where it's about the audience. It's about the people that you're serving, not about you, and not about what you can do. It's just about you bringing value to people. And then long term, that's the best asset you can have. It's literally a 7-8 figure asset is your audience. So for every one subscriber that I have on this channel, every one subscriber that I make is worth anywhere from $50 to $150 for me. It's every single one. That's because I bring them value, right? And that's because I slowly over time do so. And so this is some high level stuff. I get that and I understand that. So maybe this isn't something that you're completely and totally interested in and that you love to hear about, but you know, this is really the core of what I'm building, and drop shipping is sort of on the side now because this is my focus, you know, and this is really where I'm at. And so expect more videos on this soon, maybe more e-commerce videos as well as we move forward, but who knows, we'll see where it goes. I believe this can make you a lot more money than e-commerce unless you want to learn a whole new platform, because this comes a lot more naturally for a lot of people. You know, build an audience, bring them value. It's not something that you really have to teach super technical stuff on. You don't have to teach them what buttons to click and algorithmic changes and stuff like that. You just teach them how to attract people and how to make sure you're bringing them value at the end of the day. So really cool stuff. Happy I could set this up for you guys. There's a lot more that goes with this, so I recommend that you go check out, it's not even released, it's just going to be like a page that's going to show you sort of what content to expect within the program, and then like a sign up button so that you can like subscribe to when it comes out and get a deal on it when it does. And hopefully it's out by, you know, I'm hoping to have it out by September, which is, you know, plenty of time for me to develop sort of the structure of the program, and I'll be releasing videos on a consistent basis on this topic until then. So thanks for watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.